this is Amanda from The Fundamental Home, and today I am going to start a new series on my YouTube channel. And the purpose of the series is to answer questions that I get frequently about my grocery budgeting. And the reason why I'm doing this is, if you haven't noticed, my channel's had a lot of growth lately, and I keep getting the same question over and over, and I have to keep answering the same question because if you notice, I like to answer the comments and things, but it's kind of getting overwhelming, so I figured I'll make a video, and then I can just refer people to the video, and I don't have to go into a long explanation. So, very first video, I want to talk to you about the most asked question on that video. And that is, what about fruits and vegetables? Do we eat fruits and vegetables? Are you vegan? All of this stuff was kind of encompassed in the same thing. Or obviously I'm not vegan, so have you ever thought about being vegan? So all of the fruit and vegetable questions I'm going to cover in this video. So first things first, we do eat fruits and vegetables. I actually have several videos on it, but it's like, if you just see the one, it's hard to really understand exactly what we eat all the time. The one video that I get the questions on, that's the most popular video, is one that I did. It actually was supposed to go with my blog series. I created a blog series about how we feed our family, and I shared a grocery shopping process, and I thought it would be fun. This is where it went a little awry. We had gotten snowed in for a couple of weeks, and we live on a north-facing slope. And so even when the rest of the county is clear, we still have snow. And also, in addition to that, we have a driveway that goes down and kind of turns around on a sharp curve. And of course, over that sharp curve is kind of a cliff. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. It's a cliff. So it goes down to the side. And if you don't make that turn, cliff. And of course, when the snow starts to melt a little bit, but really isn't melting, what you end up with is ice. So like I said, even when the rest of the county is clear, we're stuck up in our house because we can't get down out of our road. So anyway, it took us a long time to get out of here. And I thought it would be fun, when all of my cabinets were clear from being stuck in the house for 2 weeks, to share with everybody how even when your cabinets are empty, you can go out and find enough groceries to feed your family for 2 weeks, even if you have the tightest of budgets. And the goal of that video was to encourage people who were really genuinely struggling and only have this much money and have to find enough food for their family. And so I put the video out, and the very first thing people notice is there's not a lot of fruits and vegetables. Well, the thing about it is that particular video was filmed in January. Usually the fruits and vegetables that are affordable are the ones that are in season, usually locally in season, okay? And of course, in January, in North Carolina, there's not a lot available locally in season. However, there are root vegetables, which we did purchase. We had some potatoes and carrots, and I think some onions. I can't remember exactly what's in that video because it was filmed a while ago. And we also had a variety of canned vegetables, home canned and store-bought cans, to support that. And that included fruits. Because we canned apples, we had peaches, we had blackberries, we had canned pears. I mean, we had a variety. It wasn't like it was just one kind. So I felt like it was sufficient for 2 weeks for my family of 5. But everyone was upset that there wasn't a variety of fresh fruits and vegetables. But here's the thing, here's the reality, okay? No one can afford to feed a family of 5 where I live in January on $50 for 2 weeks. I think we all agree that that's the truth. That's just an impossibility. And so obviously that wasn't going to happen. However, you also cannot feed your family a majority of fresh fruits and vegetables in January in North Carolina and feed your family to the point that they have, 3 meals a day for 2 weeks on $50. So there's that. I mean, I don't know why people would come to the video, look at it, understand the circumstances, and expect all fruits and vegetables. I just don't think that's likely. I also am getting a lot of comments about organic and non-GMO. And again, the reality is you cannot, for that budget, get all organic, non-GMO, and have enough food to feed a family of 5 on a $50 budget. So then the question becomes, and this is one of the other questions I get all the time, why are you budgeting that tightly? Because we have to. I mean, I don't know why. I think it's because I come across as though I guess semi-intelligent. I don't know. And our family seems happy and healthy. We have kids in college, and we have a nice home, and we have vehicles, and so the question is, like, you know, why aren't you putting more money into your food budget? And the simple answer is that this is what we can afford. You know, we're not extravagant. If you watch my other videos, we shop at thrift stores. We don't have cable. We don't have cell phones. You know, we've made a lot of sacrifices so that we can have a home, and so our children can go to college. Those were the priorities. And so I could homeschool. That was the other one, because we felt that was what our family needed. And in order to do that, this is our budget. So this isn't just for a challenge and for our pleasure. The goal would be to eventually have more money to put into our grocery budget, and then we can do better. And also, on the topic of fruits and vegetables, we also have been trying to grow a garden, and it just hasn't worked out the past couple of years, but we're continuing to work on it. I keep adding composted horse manure because we live on clay soil, because like I said, we live on the side of a hill. And so we keep adding it. We're trying to build up the soil because it's clay and it's not good, but we're trying to build it up and keep adding to it, and we've got mulch covering it, and I'm hopeful that next year we'll be able to do a little better. So we're trying to supplement it with that. It's not always working. Now, we do get things from friends who garden. I have a video where I had got a bunch of peppers from friends, and I'll slice those up and freeze them, or like I said, we do some canning depending on what kind of fruits and vegetables we get. But overall, the fruits and vegetables that we get are either what is locally available in season and on sale, which means when peaches are in season, we have a ton of peaches. You know, when apples are in season, like they are right now, we have a ton of apples. But when things are not in season, we don't get to enjoy them, which I think actually works out well. Frankly, I think it's a really healthy way to eat. You know, whatever's in season is usually what's good, you know, what your body needs. That's why it's in season. So anyway, it works for us. I have no intention of going vegan ever. I would like to say that. Never. And before you jump on the vegan train, let me just tell you that my sister is vegan. And she's not like newly vegan. She's not like, let me try this vegan thing. She has always been at least vegetarian. Even when we were children, I remember my parents would take us to McDonald's, and she would take the burgers off the bun and like have the sandwich without the burger. So she's always been that way, and as she's gotten older, she's become more militant in her beliefs, and she's not just any vegan. She's like super vegan. She's like animal rights activist vegan. So when I say that I have heard every single vegan argument there is out there, I've heard every single vegan argument there is out there. I've heard it from my sister, who I love, who I value, who I think is a wonderful person. But we just disagree on that particular thing. And let me say on that note, she's had her share of health issues. So I don't think that it's necessarily, and again, this is my opinion, the healthiest diet out there. Because in my experience, I just haven't seen that much of a difference. So I don't feel pressure to do that. However, I do feel like I would like to improve the quality and the quantity of the fruits and vegetables that we eat. It's just not possible on our current budget. However, if we get more in our budget, it's one of the first things I actually want to pour money to, is improving the quantity and the quality of our food. But this is what we have. And like I said, we're also working to grow our own, because I think that is the highest quality if you can grow your own. That's my personal opinion. So that's where it is on the fruits and vegetables. no intention of becoming vegan. I don't want to have arguments in comments. I really don't. There's no point in having arguments in the comments, because the fact of the matter is we're just not going to go that way. And there's nothing anyone can tell me about being vegan that I have not already heard. I promise you. I promise you. I'm sure that I've heard every vegan argument that's out there. And if I haven't heard it, be sure that my sister will tell me. So just know that. You don't need to make the arguments. If you want to put them in the comments, that's cool. But just know, I'm not even going to go there. I'm probably going to delete it, because I just don't want to see it in my comment section and feel like it's going to be cause for contention. So just know that that's there. That being said, I do, like I said, want to increase the quantity and want to increase the quality, but because this is our budget and this is a fact, we try to do the very best we can with what we have and try to make sure there's fruits and vegetables available at every single meal. Every meal, everyone has fruits and vegetables available in some form. Canned is an option, fresh is an option, frozen is an option, because we do all of those things. And all of those things are perfectly acceptable ways to eat fruits and vegetables. Now, you may not believe that they are best for your family. I understand that. But we believe that they are a perfectly acceptable option for our family. So, that is how we do the fruits and vegetables right now on our current budget. We do eat them, we enjoy them, we love them fresh. In the spring and the summer, when they're inexpensive, we actually kind of pour it down our throats. You know, Ricky works and he loves to just go to the store and buy a watermelon, and he'll just like eat like a whole watermelon. And friends of ours know that he likes watermelon so much that we'll come home and there'll be like a big watermelon on our front porch. And Ricky will be like, yes. So, I mean, a lot of the fruits and vegetables through the summer, we just kind of pour it in. And I think, like I said, I think it's seasonal. I think it's right to eat that way. You know, when it's out there, when it's fresh in the summer in the sun, pour it down your throat. Eat as much as you can. And then in the winter, you know, that's the time when you have your canned stores and you have your root vegetables. And, you know, I'd love to have fresh greens in the winter, those kinds of things. But it's just, we do what we can with what we have. And what I don't appreciate, if I may say, is an attitude of food arrogance. I think there are a lot of people out there that are blessed and able to be able to afford the highest quality and whatever quantity they want. And I'm happy for them. I really genuinely am. However, I don't like the attitude that I see sometimes, people looking down on other people because they cannot afford that much. You know what I mean? I think that's a very first world attitude. And I don't like that. I don't support it. I don't want to encourage it. And so frankly, when I see things like that, I'm either going to delete it or I'll answer it with the intent of educating someone who I think is really not in touch with what the rest of the world goes through in order to feed their family. Because a lot of people struggle to do that. And I know it because I have the Frugal Family Food Facebook group, and people are on there commenting all the time about how they struggle just to feed their family. So that's the reality, and that's how it is. Not everyone can just buy whatever they want whenever they want. It's not that I am not intelligent enough or aware enough about what the highest quality foods are. It's just that I am aware that I cannot afford it. And rather than sit around and stress out and like chew on my nails and stress that we're not getting the highest quality and worry every single day that every single member of my family is going to get cancer, I think all of that worry could lead to cancer, to be honest with you. So instead, I'm just going to be thankful and be joyful and be glad that I have food in my house that is sufficient and feeds my family, and try to do it the very best I can in the healthiest way I can to make sure they have enough to eat. So that is the first question that I'm answering on this series. What about fruits and vegetables, and trying to cover the vegan topic, and even why do I have this budget? So I'm going to be answering more questions. There are a lot more that I get pretty frequently. So I hope you will, if you have any further questions, make sure you check those out. And that's it for this one. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.